What's going on, guys, and welcome back into the channel. We're changing it up today. We are doing a mail day. You're gonna see everything, not everything, but most of the stuff that I bring in to buy in order to sell. Some of this stuff to keep in my personal collection. It's $10,000 worth of inventory. Let's check it out. What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Hollywood and welcome back into the channel. This is something new for me. We're doing a mail day. About $10,000 worth of sports cards and sports memorabilia, as well as some TCG stuff. This is a lot of this stuff is stuff that I bring to shows, that I sell to you guys. Some of this is my own personal stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of share the journey of collecting and buying and selling with you guys on the channel a little more transparency. You kind of see how dealers work. We've had 3 shows in the last 5 weeks, I believe, so it's been really busy. Las Vegas card show video will go out next week. The LA card show video went out this week. And then of course we had the West Coast card show, a few others here and there. But we're just gonna do a little mail day and show you guys kind of what we are picking up right now. So we'll just start. We can start with this stack. We bought a lot of Victor Wembanyama stuff. Victor Wembanyama, of course, had that blood clot in around April, I want to say, last year. His card market went way down, but stuff has really started to pick up again for Wemby. I sold a Wemby Kaboom, rookie Kaboom, in a PSA 7 for like over $6,000 just a few days ago. But this is a stack of Wemby. This is a lot of the ices, as you can see, but we have the Sheesh in a PSA 10, the Silver Prism out of Premium Stock. Premium Stock was actually a pretty great release, all things considered, for 2023. This is the Wemby Ice Prism, not numbered, but it is a PSA 10, along with the pink ice in a PSA 10 to go along with the orange ice in a PSA 10 to go along with the red ice in a PSA 10. Now, each of these came out of a different product. I know this was out of, I believe, mega boxes, and all these various ices came out of different mega boxes, whether it's I think Target megas or Walmart megas or something like that. So to put together the 4 Wemby ices, this is kind of my, after selling the Kaboom, this is kind of my replacement for that. Obviously it's not nearly the same value. All 4 of these are probably, I don't know, maybe $1,200 in value, something like that. And the Sheesh is anywhere between 60 and 80. But that is some Wemby. So that's the 5 Wemby cards we picked up. In terms of sports, we picked up this beauty. This is a Bobby Witt Jr. 2022 Topps Heritage Real One Rookie On-Card autograph here in a PSA 9 with a 10 autograph. I think the Heritage cards are honestly really, really underrated, and we've seen, for example, the Ohtani Real One Heritage autograph take off recently in a BGS 9.5 that's probably over 18,000 now. It was about 8,000 just a couple of months ago, last time we picked one up. But this card, I know it's not going to be baseball season anymore, but Bobby Witt Jr. on-card rookie heritage autograph. Very, very liquid card, easy to sell, easy to hold. He's going to be one of the best players in baseball for a very, very long time. What else did we pick up? We picked this up. This is a 2008 Topps Chrome Tom Brady NFL MVP card. Of course, it's the black glossy design. This is a really famous design. Most of you guys probably remember it from basketball, that epic Kobe Bryant, LeBron James card where I think LeBron is guarding Kobe. I've always absolutely loved this card design. This is just authentic. I'm not 100% sure why it's just authentic. There's a little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's maybe like a little bit of a ding right there, so maybe that's probably why. But this is an on-card autograph from Tom Brady. And Tom Brady is making some major waves in the hobby. He keeps on opening more of these card vault stores. And so I think Tom Brady is, look, Tom Brady 2000s autographs on card, graded PSA 10s. I don't think you can really go wrong with it. It's very easy for me to move these at shows. About like a $1,500 card, something like that. So picked one of these up. So if you see me at a card show and this is in the showcase, well, you can feel free to make an offer on it. What else did we pick up? We picked up, this is kind of random. This is one of the players that I used to work with a little bit on the Pro Tour when I was in the pro tennis world. So this is personal collection, something that I am holding on to. This is a one-of-one on-card autograph. Great dude. Follow his career if you're into tennis. Now, the rest of it is sports memorabilia and sealed packs. So I don't know really where to start. I suppose we can start with the sealed packs. This is pretty cool. This is a 2003 Topps Chrome basketball pack, graded a PSA 10. Now, I don't love how in the older holders, PSA used to fold the packs and essentially make it not a PSA 10. But going into potentially LeBron's last season, I thought this was something interesting to pick up, something that got a lot of questions, that would get a lot of questions at a card show. It is graded a 10. You can pull the rookie refractors in here. I think the LeBron refractor in a PSA 10 is like a $20,000 or $30,000 card or something. So this is really cool. And honestly, this surprisingly isn't that expensive. I want to say they range from $700 to $800, something like that. If you can find a PSA 10, I'd probably be asking for more than that. Considering they are so difficult to find. But yeah, a 2003 Topps Chrome foil pack. Does it have the LeBron James rookie? Who knows, but thought that was pretty darn cool. Another thing that I've started doing is, well, I'm gonna save that for later. We'll go to this, why don't we just go to the sports memorabilia? The sports memorabilia, here we go, okay. All right, so we got a baseball bat here, clearly. So this is a Lou Gehrig Louisville Slugger baseball bat, and it has over 45 different signatures on it, including over 30 Hall of Famers. I just thought it was really, really cool. You can see Hank Aaron right there, Bob Lemon. We've got, let's see, we got Willie Mays right there. We've got Ralph Kiner, Bob Feller, Stan Musial, Frank Robinson, Duke Snyder, let's see, Brooks Robinson, who else can we recognize on there? Lou Boudreau, Monty Irvin, Eddie Matthews, Reggie Jackson. It's just totally full. Al Kaline, Willie McCovey, Juan Marichal, just full of Hall of Famers. There's Pee Wee Reese on the end right here. So this is just something from my own personal collection. I've always loved bats like this. They're honestly not that expensive. Maybe like 12, 13, 1400 bucks, depending on where you're getting it or who you're getting it from. Warren Spahn, Louise Appling, Enos Slaughter. I could just keep going. Eddie Murray, Tommy John is on here, Brooks Robinson, Luis Aparicio. I could go on and on this bat, but this is a very cool bat. Also something that I think a lot of vintage collectors would really appreciate, something that I really appreciate. Now, this next one is actually pretty cool in my opinion. I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way because this is also kind of large, but this right here is a pair of batting gloves that was game used in 2019 by Juan Soto and signed on each batting glove by Juan Soto, and he inscribed GU 2019, game used 2019. and 19 WS champs, World Series champs. So this is the year that the Nationals won the World Series. These gloves are authenticated by both. Let's take one out for you here. So here is the glove. Of course, he was number 22. He did wear his teammate Bryce Harper's batting glove. So that's why you see the BH there. But it is authenticated by the MLB there, as well as by Fanatics over there, which is pretty darn cool. And then it also came with this certificate of authenticity, which was also signed by Juan Soto. So you know it's legit. This one, I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna be doing with this. It'll probably just hang out in my personal, collection for a little bit. A game-used pair of Juan Soto batting gloves from his World Series year, essentially triple signed between the two gloves and the certificate of authenticity. Picked this one up for, I want to say $2,000. I think they'll be worth quite a bit more than that when his career is all said and done. But moving on to the last thing, and this is something that I didn't think I'd be collecting, but I've actually been starting to collect a little bit of Pokemon stuff, and I don't mean any of the modern stuff. I am not a modern Pokemon fan. I don't understand the pricing for all that stuff. The pop counts are outrageous, and the prices are outrageous to the point where the vintage stuff is actually cheaper than a lot of the modern stuff. That makes zero sense to me. So I've actually been putting some money away into vintage Pokemon stuff, and specifically sealed, vintage, and graded Pokemon packs. So this is the first one. This is a first edition Jungle pack from 1999, graded a PSA 10. I'm gonna move some of these over here, but this is first edition. You can see edition 1 right there. There is the pack. These are very rare, hard to come by, especially in a PSA 10. I also like to have them in this PSA holder because I have zero temptation to open them, because these things are like crazy thick. If you want to get an idea of how thick these are compared to normal PSA slabs, yeah, there you go. These things are behemoths. Like, they actually feel, like, look at the size difference. They actually feel like bricks, and they feel rock hard. I'm probably gonna regret saying that. But yeah, so we picked that up. We also picked up the 2000 Team Rocket first edition sealed pack in a PSA 9 as well, with the Gyarados on the front. That is pretty darn cool. We also picked up the 2000 first edition Neo Genesis pack with Lugia on the front. You can see edition 1 right there. I think the first edition Lugia is a very, very expensive card now. In the PSA 10, that card does tens and tens of thousands of dollars. So we're never gonna open this. We're just gonna keep it sealed in here because we can't get it out. I actually have a few 10s of the Japanese version, but the last one, probably the coolest, is the Skyridge pack. So we picked up a 2003 Ho-Oh sealed Skyridge pack in a PSA 9. This set is so popular. The Charizard out of this set is just wild. Probably, I want to say 30-40K. 30,000-40,000 in a PSA 10. I could be a little wrong on that, but I want to say it's something around there. Skyridge is probably, in my opinion, I think it's the best looking pack. The green really pops on these packs. So yeah, I don't know if you guys were expecting to see that, but yeah, this is essentially my latest pickups, my latest mail day. It's gonna be the 4 first edition Pokemon packs along with the Skyridge pack. We did have the LeBron Topps Chrome pack in a PSA 10. We had the baseball bat, which we showed you. We had the Juan Soto gloves, which we showed you. And then to recap, we had the Brady on card auto, the Bobby Witt Heritage PSA 910 on card, as well as the Victor Wembanyama Ice PSA 10 set in the Sheesh, along with my buddy Mackenzie McDonald. So that'll wrap it up for me for this week's episode of, I don't have a name for this type of episode yet, so I guess I'll just say that I'll wrap things up for my mail day. About a $10,000 mail day. The Pokemon cards are going into my personal collection. The cards will all, for the most part, almost all of them, except for the Mackenzie McDonald card, will all be available at my next show. I am trying to get to the Front Row Card Show in Las Vegas on November 6th, and then the Front Row Card Show in Pasadena on November 22nd, I believe. But it is so hard to get a table at those shows, so we'll do our best. If not, if you're interested in any of this stuff, just shoot me a DM on Instagram or something, or drop a comment down below. But if you like the content, don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss the next one. So until next time, which will be next week, I'll have video of the Las Vegas card show, 3 days. It was crazy. Looking forward to sharing that with you guys. So until then, have a great weekend, and we will see you guys later. Mr. Hollywood, out.